Hello, I'm not Andy Field, I'm Daryl Edge, new presenter of In the Tub, joined by Mark from Pacer.
Hello.
This guy. We're at the Joiners in Southampton for WTFest.
What the Fest?
Number 5,
Yep.
according to the posters.
Mm.
And we are currently in what I would describe as the grubbiest bathtub I've ever seen.
I've seen worse, but temperature's good, company's fantastic.
Wow, nice temperature, good bubbles. And now, let's get down to the questions.
Nice.
Question number 1, if you could, please give me a brief history of Pacer and where did the band name come from?
So Pacer came together. So Pacer is me, Dave, Mike, Jaffa, and John. Kind of formed after me and Dave used to play in a band called The Steel. When that band broke up, we still wanted to play music together. So it happened to coincide with Jaffa, the drummer, coming back from traveling around Australia. He was looking to play in a band, so we were like, "Hey man, come, let's do something." We had another bassist also called Mike in the kind of interim period. Dave sort of locked himself in a room for about 10 days, playing Call of Duty, drinking coffee and root beer.
Classic Dave.
Classic Dave. And sort of churned out, or part wrote the first EP's worth of songs. So there's maybe about 7 or 8 songs there, which we then kind of all played together and recorded. And Pacer, the name Pacer came from a list of maybe about 200 names that me and Dave went back and forth.
A big process into the naming of the band.
Eventually it got to the we were both into basketball at the time. And we literally wrote out a list of every American college basketball team, every basketball team we could think of, Chicago Bulls, and just looking at those second name suffixes until we got to Pacer. And for a while we were Pacer, Pacers. I just kind of stuck with Pacer.
Second question, the band are hitting up What the Fest later on this evening. Hitting up because you're using street talk now for the kids out there.
Yep.
YouTube, don't worry about it. You plan to stay around for the duration of the festival, and if so, what are the bands are you looking forward to seeing from this year's festival?
I've got to get back tonight, unfortunately, so definitely going to stick around for our time down here. Equally excited and distraught at the fact that it's their kind of last show. Our time down here played. The Steel took them on our time down here on our last tour, so it's been really nice. 3 or 4 years later to be brought back and to play with them on their final show. I know Mike is sticking around because he's in another band, Home Advantage. They're opening up here tomorrow.
Mike's got it all going on.
Yeah, he's getting a whole weekend out of it. I've got to run off back to London.
The band have yet to release a new album since releasing the record-making plans last summer. Do you have any plans for new material, and when can we expect to see a forthcoming release?
We've got maybe about 10 songs at the moment. Sort of 5 or 6 which have vocals.
That you plugged together?
That I've just cobbled together out of random pop culture references that I've been looking into.
Internet will dig.
Sort of we're not 100% whether we want to do an EP and a 7-inch, or to do it to hold off maybe till next year and then put out another album. For me, it's always about if there's no other songs. The way we write songs is it's sort of whatever comes out, if you know what I mean. We don't necessarily sit and be 11 songs and sort of force it.
Yeah.
If there's only 7 songs there that we're happy with, I'd rather do it as an EP.
Absolutely,
and get it released sooner, rather than kind of sitting on them maybe for a year until we have another burst of inspiration with another, say, 5 or 6. Because it's, when you write a new song, it's so exciting to play it live. And sometimes the most frustrating thing is sitting on an album's, or almost an album's worth of songs that you really want to be playing at shows, yet not wanting to play them just yet because they maybe still need a bit of work.
It's your precious child that you've nurtured.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't want to reveal it too early in case people write it off. Sometimes songs change when you're recording them, or sometimes a song won't have a good hook until you've recorded most of it and then get a chance to kind of rework a bridge or something like that.
You want your song to be a nice, just mature adult you can show to the world, and not there's Middletons who just show off their baby. And
I want it. I want it to be held up there I want it to be a mature, well-rounded 7-song EP or a mature, well-rounded 12-track album. But kind of what comes out, I wouldn't be able to say.
If you were given £1 million and had to double it in just 1 year, how would you invest it?
I would probably buy everyone on London Transport decent quality headphones, so I don't have to deal with the spill from their fake Dr. Dre beats. And I would literally stand at the front of buses and just hand out like £300 headphones to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's proper soundproof ones and just like, there you go.
It's for me, it's for you, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
London, you're welcome.
This is going to make London much better for everyone. And I think maybe if I made some canny investments into some other infrastructures, I think the net gain of everybody being happy that they're not getting, spill from everyone else's headphones on their commute, I think productivity in the capital would soar.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure I would get my money back for my other investments.
Not just a talented musician, a talented businessman as well.
Well, you've got to have something after the band ends, you know.
Absolutely.
It's,
Always have a plan B.
Yeah.
That brings us on to the last question. We've made it towards the end of my first interview. And our
Congratulations.
lovely time. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Hopefully this is the start of many beautiful interviews to come.
Well, maybe next week we can get a bath together and talk about some other things.
Let's turn the camera off, just have a chat like good
Sit
buddies
back.
do.
Let's
Sit back, relax.
lay some candles out.
Candles, bubbles. It could be magical.
I'll bring my laptop in, we'll put Netflix on, go watch some Arrested Development. Let's make it happen.
I just envisioned it. I was like,
For a brief moment then, the look on your face, I couldn't tell whether it was like, that was ecstasy or that was like terror. Like
it was like, this has all happened so fast, but at the same time, I want this to happen. Because who doesn't like Arrested Development and Netflix?
Exactly. And there's nothing more relaxing than sitting in this boiling hot bath. It's fantastic.
I'm struggling to find anything else that I'd rather be doing right now. This is all moving very fast. We'll move on to the last question, which bring out the magical stopwatch. And basically, in 30 seconds, tell me and the lovely viewers on the interwebs why people should go and see you and your band in the near future, starting now.
Oh my god. Okay, if you like epitaph to fat punk kind of era, pop punk, I would hope there's some in there for you. When people ask us what we sound like, I generally say Punk of Armour 3. I think that's the best kind of,
Good way to describe it.
which way to describe our band. We jump around a fair amount, and there's always the possibility one of us is going to hurt ourselves terribly on stage.
And then watch Netflix afterwards.
And then we watch Netflix while we're recovering.
And that brings us to 30 seconds on the dot. Absolutely. So there we go. There we go. Joined by Mark from Pacer. It's been an absolute pleasure and a
It's
privilege,
fantastic.
sir. Have a great gig later tonight.
No worries.
This is Daryl signing off for In the Tub in Critical Wave, and we'll see you again soon.
Done?
The band have yet to release a new album since releasing the record Making Plans last summer. I can explain.
That guy was just like, oh, I've walked into something. I saw guys, I saw cameras, I saw a big hairy thing looming in the corner. I didn't know what to think.
Just a shy young boy, like, I can explain, I swear.